Hi everyone. Today I have a sketchbook tour for you, and this is a book that I started in about mid-March of 2017 and finished in mid-March of 2018. So basically 1 full year to finish this 60-page sketchbook. I've always said that I'm trying to get faster at finishing sketchbooks, but honestly, I'm not, because I keep using too many sketchbooks at the same time. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and show you guys what's in here. First of all, this really quick is one of my stickers that I've created. I just decided to stick it on here to see how well it stuck. Yeah. So I've written in here that I started it in January of 2017, but restarted it in March 2017. I say this because the first literal 3 pages are from January, and then I stopped using it for some reason. I think I was finishing a different sketchbook. So all of the color I was using on this page is Crayola Super Tips. I got a large pack of them, and well, this is, I think, brush markers, but I found that I really liked them, even though they were streaky. I don't know, they had just such a nice pop of color, and I had my favorites that I carried around with me for a while. I didn't do a very good job at filling the first of this sketchbook, that's for sure. And because it's a spiral, I tend to not draw on the back unless I'm doing like a preliminary sketch and then like a cleaner sketch, or like thumbnails, I'll do them on this side. So that's why I feel like a lot of this book is one-sided. But all in all, I think this sketchbook turned out okay. It's not one of my favorites, that's for sure. But this is all the Crayola Super Tips, and I found that if you use a water brush with it, like the Pentel Aquash, you can make it look like watercolor. And I actually really love the effect of it. I was blending a couple of them just to see what colors I would get. And I honestly need to use these more often. This page, I had just started playing Andromeda, Mass Effect Andromeda, and I love Vetra, and I actually just wanted to see the difference between using something like Crayola Super Tips and a Copic marker, because Copics are alcohol and Super Tips are water-based, so I knew it was going to be different, but it was kind of fun to see the similarities in them and the differences. Like, this is so much more contrasted than these, and of course blending. This is a couple of concept sketches that I did for a collab. I actually have the video up, and I will go ahead and link to that. It's kind of old now, but yeah, that shows you how little I use this sketchbook, at the beginning at least. This was some color concepting, just color thumbnails. And I kind of wish I had done this one, because this one looks so bland, and this is the one I chose, but man, this one looks so much nicer now that I look at it. Oh well. These are just more alcohol markers and colored pencil stuff, but I draw a lot with Bic pens in here. I messed up the eyebrow. I was doing some isometric drawing for a little while, and I really need to get back into it. I really enjoyed it. It was super fun. I actually animated this little thing. You can see it on my website. It's like my portfolio website. And yeah, it turned out really nice. I need to do more of them. And I was on a kick, so I actually had one more in here. And this is the ruler that I used. This is one of those rulers you can get in the planners. You typically get at like a school, and I just kind of took it out of an old planner. And it worked out really nicely just because it's able to stick in there, and then it's not too bulky. And it's clear, so it was perfect. I did a couple of reference things in here. Not everything is referenced. Another sketch from another video that I didn't like the hand. It was enormous. Some more color comps here. Andromeda character. My writer. This is obviously May here because this was for Mermay. And I think this is the only thing I actually got finished for mermaid. I had one mermaid drawing. And I actually did watercolor in this. I think this is the Winsor Newton Cotman set that has the water brush with it. I had just gotten it. This is a reference, I believe. I may be wrong. I can't even hardly remember anymore. I was testing out a new pen that I got, and I have yet to actually use it any more than just that. So this is actually a redraw from something that was really old on my Instagram account, and I don't even like the redraw, so that's over there. More cats. I drew lots of cats in my last sketchbook, and there's still a couple in here. This is whenever I was testing out the Arteza watercolor brush, real brush pens. They work really well on this paper actually, and they don't bleed through at all, which is really nice. But I need to use them more often. But you guys notice I have like so many different kinds of markers to use. And then I end up using none of them. And this is Billy from Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. She's awesome. I had just gotten Posca markers, and this thing I'm not going to show you guys because like it just turned out awful, but I fell in love with Posca markers after getting them. So I think I had just gone back to this page because it had some more room on it, but you'll see more later in this book. This is Inktober time. I definitely did not finish Inktober, but oh well. I feel like I did more than I had in the previous year, so that's good at least. I really enjoyed this little sketch that I did. I don't know what it is. Sketchy lines was perfect. It's what I wanted somehow. This is really hard to see. So, more Inktober. And as I got more and more Posca markers, I swatched them all on this sheet and tried to color coordinate them. Didn't really work. But another Posca marker fail, and I just hide them. But you'll see one, I swear. There's more in here that are not hidden. That was towards the end of Inktober that I, or the middle of Inktober, where it was the end of my Inktober because I was stopping. Okay, here we go. So, I had only bought the pastels pack whenever I was doing this, and so I had to really compromise with my colors and just try to make something from a limited color palette, which was super duper fun. But immediately after I did this, I bought more of them. So this is after I got a couple more of them. Yeah, because I had gotten a gray one, and while like the face is kind of messed up, I really love just how it almost looks kind of like gouache. And it kind of reminds me of doing digital art because you have the ability to layer stuff. Honestly, I know it's acrylic markers, but I don't use acrylic that much. So I guess I just tend to like lend everything towards digital if I'm talking about it like that. But lots of just pen sketches and just stuff. This is actually in one of my more recent videos. It's the preliminary sketch for a watercolor painting that I did. And this is something I wanted to do something with and I never finished it. Some references. This is whenever I discovered that infinity scarves are really good for taking naps in while you're at work. And we're coming really close to the end of the sketchbook. These are sketches for Patreon stuff. I think I ended up with this one. I really want to do something with this, but I have yet to figure it out because I don't want her to be naked, but I did finish this and I really like how it turned out. And some more sketches. I did a gouache painting based on this, but it turned out nothing like the sketch, so I really wanted to redo it and see if I can I may even just take a picture of this and blow it up and print it out and use that as a lightbox trace, so I'd get the same fluidity of the sketch because I lost it whenever I redrew it. This is another Billy from Dishonored. Yeah, we're coming here to the end. I think I did all these sketches just for fun on an Instagram live stream. And this is whenever I ran out of time at the last, like, 2 minutes. It says I finished it in 30 seconds, but just some good old face drawings. And cats and a chihuahua. Yeah, you can't escape the silly cat drawings that I do. This is actually from whenever I got a stamp of my logo, and yeah, I was just testing it out. So the rest of these pages are actually just a whole bunch of swatches. And like, this is swatches from Arteza stuff. And then I do have some sketches back here. So this is a sketch of my friend's dog, and I lightbox traced it and did a watercolor painting of it. This is a really, really old drawing that I just happened to throw in here because I didn't want to lose it. And I've made a watercolor painting of that. I think I meant to do a watercolor painting of this and it was just too small and awkward. I really need to like redraw it. This one's even older. And this is another friend's character that I ended up, I think I sent her the finished one, the finished line art of this, because this is just a sketch. And then I think this is a blank piece of paper. So yeah, I actually like the idea of putting a miniature folder thing in the back, just because I always have a lot of loose leaf stuff. I just literally taped it in. It's just taped onto the back of the book, and yeah, it came really in handy. So that's pretty much the entire sketchbook. So March to March. I already have doubts that I'm gonna finish my next sketchbook within a year, but I'm gonna try. I'm definitely gonna try. Hope you guys enjoyed this thing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.